I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll start out tonight's meeting with our budget adoption. Robin, if you'll share that information with us, please.
This is from the public hearing that we held a couple of weeks ago, ordinance number 09-2015-01. Rainy day fund, $7,000. General fund, $271,650. Local roads and streets, $40,000. Motor vehicle highway, $79,700 for a total of $398,350. The adopted tax rate is 0.7926. This is not saying how much the town will get, it's the town telling the state how much we feel like we need to operate for 2016.
Any questions regarding this evening? Okay, all in favor of this budget this evening?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any opposed? I hear a motion then that we'll pass this.
I make a motion we pass it.
I'll second.
In favor?
Aye.
I have a paper here that each of us need to sign. I'll just pass this down to you. You want to sign this?
I am going to be listening. Our county commissioner has asked me to send something to him ASAP, so I'm not playing on my phone. I'm sending something to him.
Okay.
So there's Brad.
Next order of business, you have the minutes from the previous meeting as well as the post-festival meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to these minutes? Do I hear a motion that they...
I motion to accept the minutes for both the Earth Festival and the last meeting, town meeting.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to our reports. Andy?
Alright, underwater, the plant's treated 513,250 gallons since September 8th. Our average daily usage is 36,660. Filters were back-washed on the 11th and the 21st. We repaired one water main break, the foam project, and issued a boil water notice with that. The meters have been read for the month of September. We replaced one water meter. The wastewater have been performing data checks to the lift stations, the ponds, and the SSO during rain events. Sewer plant's closed and we are not discharging. The weekly sewer samples are complete. MKBS is moving forward. We had an accident out there involving the backhoe and the new chlorine contact tank. The damages were superficial. He drove off the trench and landed on the tank. And they're repairing him. It was some spalling at the top of the wall, so I mean there was no structural damage to it. And then the manhole and the influent meter have been installed at the lift station. We have some electrical work to complete before Bill Anderson will be here to start it up and calibrate it. And I've got a bid for you to look at from Covalent. It's for a pump station pilot. This will give us the ability to have remote access to run and monitor all aspects of our lift station from anywhere. And although they haven't said it, I know what's coming from the state. They've mentioned it to me you know, we don't have a dialer on our lift station to tell us if there's like a power failure. But those run about $3,500 plus your phone access. And it's really antiquated technology. I mean, it just tells you there's no power. But this pump station pilot will monitor the water level in the wet well, the pumps, the pump seals, floats, power failures, the mag meter, and all of those things can be read, accessed, as well as the ability to run the pumps from your phone, tablet, computer, laptop. So if there's a problem, you're out of town, you can look and see what your wet well depth is. You know, if we had an event, calibrate that. It's got a transducer that goes in there that will say, you know, there's 4 feet, which is about normal off for us, or there's, you know, 23 feet, which is a few feet from the top. And also, at a later date, for $10,000 more, when the sewer plant was complete, we could get additional equipment that would monitor all the meters at the plant through the same piece of equipment, through a 900 megahertz radio feed. It's pretty slick. I saw this when I went to conference. But for everything that it does and the abilities that it will give us, I'd just like you guys to look at that, consider that. I've got other literature on it if you want to see it. There's a maintenance fee with it. It can be as low as $45 a month or $75 a month because it's cellular, so it's paying for the phone of it. But on the $75 a month maintenance fee, that is unlimited warranty and service on the equipment. So if anything breaks, burns out, gets hit by lightning, power surge, anything, they will repair at their cost or something. And then fluid waste has started. Sewer lining today. They're going to work tomorrow. Finish that next week. We had a complaint about the sewer plant smelling from a homeowner. It's almost a mile away from our plant. The complaint's unfounded, and we have no issues. More to help on that. And then also, Tipton County is requiring us to get a permit for the sewer plant project. They will not recognize our state-issued permit. I'm in the process of getting a county permit. Just to let you know, we have never been required to have a permit in the past, nor have I been able to find a municipality that's been required to get a local building permit for a wastewater treatment plant. The wastewater treatment plant permit is, I had a discussion with him. He tried to tell me I was wrong, but construction permits for wastewater treatment plants are issued from the Indiana Department of Environmental Management, and I've got one in my office. And we applied for that before we even went out for bids. So, but we turned everything in, plan specifications, and we're waiting on an answer back. I've only been given a range, but I think it's going to be somewhere around $600.
For a permit?
Yeah. So, when I get more information on that or get a response back, I'll let you know where we're at on it. In the streets, phone company projects moving forward. It's consuming a lot of my time. At this point, it's unclear when the project's going to be completed. I know they're trying to get done as quickly as possible. I'm not sure when that's going to be yet. Then with the help of Arcadian, we completed all the street repairs and potholes. Our street cuts taken care of. Potholes taken care of. Miscellaneous item, all the old chains at the park have been replaced. And we also installed 4 new swing seats, 2 baby swings, and a trapeze bar. In our building, there's really not a lot going on. We've got 2 building inquiries, 2 building permit inquiries, and I had 1 electrical inspection. If you have any questions, that's all I have this time.
All right, we'll move on to old business tonight. Any old business?
I just wanted to let the council know that the letter that the council reviewed was sent to the citizen in Tipton County. She signed for it. I've not heard any word from her. I contacted Robin about a week ago, and Robin said she hadn't heard anything. And to my knowledge, there's no signage up or anything representing that what she's doing has any connection with the Earth Festival, so she seems to be complying. And so hopefully we've resolved that. We'll just have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, she hasn't had any signs up.
Any other old business this evening? Okay, we'll move on to new business. We have a claim discussion approval, 2020 excavating. Andy, if you'd like to touch on that.
Sure, we put the meter in over there. The sewer line was not installed according to what our as-built showed. What we had a line coming out of our valve vault over there. This was just be a straight run out heading to the north, but what actually happened was came out, it makes a 90, and then comes over and goes back up. So basically, we had to reverse that 90 and come over up here and then down to come into our vault, our new manhole that we put in for the magnetic flow meter. And the parts, they're on there, but I'm not too sure about the labor rate. I mean, ultimately it's up to you guys, but I don't know. I think it's just a tad on the excessive side because both the guys that were working for him, neither one of them had experience with using mega lugs or glands backs on ductile iron steel. And I don't want to sound bad, but we're not running the school at $295 an hour for guys that don't know how to put fittings together. I mean, I was over there off and on, back and forth. I helped them on this thing some too. Got materials. I had to get the station back on because we were down for about 12 hours. But it's just like I provided the coupler. We used a Blair Smith coupler that we had, an old one that I really wanted to rotate out of stock. And at this point it's getting to be 8 o'clock at night. They miscut a piece of pipe, so the Blair Smith was too short, and I had to use a Hymax, which that's a $500 coupler.
So we provided that.
Oh yeah.
Out of our stock.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I had agreed to, but I was going to provide a different coupler when they cut the pipe short, because those Blair Smiths are about this big, which is sufficient. I mean, if you cut your pipe right, but when you cut it wrong, I had to get a Hymax and put it on there.
What was the cost of the coupler that you would have used?
I don't know. We've had it in stock forever. I mean, it's an old one. They're way less. I mean, half the price. I mean, I don't even buy them anymore.
So $250 versus.
Yeah, I would have to find an exact price out. I mean, I know you can still get them. You've seen them, Fred. They got 4 bolts.
Right.
It squeezes the 2 halves together. The Hymax is 1 band, 1 bolt that you lock down, and they'll do multiple OD ranges. And I'm not even really upset about that. But I don't know, it was almost $1,800 on this. Because here's my thing, it talks about the machine. They already had to dig the hole. I mean, the hole was already there. So really what you're talking about is some additional installation,
This $295 an hour per worker, right?
No,
No,
it's total. It's 3 guys, and they're saying 2 machines.
So for 6 hours, it come up to $295, is that what you're saying?
No, it's 295 times 6. There's like 1,700 something.
Well, obviously the parts that he's listed here,
That's legit.
that's what he has,
Yeah.
use those.
Yeah, because we bought new ones. I debated on reusing the ones there, but they've been in the ground since '93. They were all rusted up, so
Sure.
what you're talking about, because I provided the pipe. We had 2 6-foot, 150-pound flanged pieces, but we needed less, but 6 foot is the shortest length we could get those in. So basically the scrap off of our flanges we used for those 2 pieces of pipe. So what you're talking about there were 2 mechanical 90s, 6 mega lugs, and 3 glam packs, gaskets, all that associated stuff. So that's the cost on those fittings. And I don't know. I want you to know. I don't care if you guys approved it or not. I just want you to know I didn't approve this. I mean, he didn't tell me that it was going to be this much additional cost. I didn't say nay, because when that was there, we were talking about what we were going to have to do. And he said, he's like, well, we'll get it. He said, it's a big deal. Well, it turned out to be a big deal for them. They were there forever. I mean, I was over until 9 o'clock that night. But I'm letting you know that number wasn't thrown out to me, and I didn't say do it, So,
John, what's your opinion on this? I mean, you deal with this more than.
Well, it's one of them catch-22s, I mean, if that's his hourly rate, which apparently that is for that, his 2 machines and the laborers and everything. And, if it took him an additional 6 hours to reroute it due to an unforeseen that wasn't, anticipated when he bid the job, I can see the additional costs. And the only thing that kind of bothers me is it wasn't it's a change order that wasn't approved, but at the same time it had to be done to get the lift station back up and turned on, and it had to be done that same day, so really there wasn't really much choice there. But like Andy says, I don't know, I wasn't over there, I went by one time when they were just getting started. I didn't see what they already had dug, or, part of this digging probably was, originally in the original estimate, because that hole had to be dug to prepare it to get to the original design that wasn't what they thought, so they just had to reroute some piping. So I don't really know how much additional cost or labor they really have in it. I don't know if this is a true 6-hour additional labor, or if that's just part of what would have been in his original bid. But really, we have no way to determine that or dispute it, so I don't know really what we could do other than pay it.
Okay.
well, like I said, I'm fine with that. I just want to let you know, I mean, this wasn't something I just green-lighted. I was surprised to see it when we, got the final bill.
Well, do I hear a motion tonight then that we proceed with this bill? We approve it? Or do you wanna?
I don't see where we have any choice but to approve it myself, under the circumstances. I mean, we could, I don't really know what their overtime rates are. I mean, John I get the impression from John that they're not too far off on the overtime, and it's just a question of whether it was really needed or not, right?
Or if it's an additional hours on top of, he already had to dig that hole. Some of this labor could have fell underneath his original bid, but we don't know that. And, the time that he was over there, apparently there wasn't digging going on. They were putting fittings and things together, but that was part of the unforeseen, so. I don't like these kind of surprises. That's quite a bit of money out of our sewer fund that we weren't anticipating on spending. But the work was done, it was completed, so.
Have we done business with these guys before?
They did our stormwater project. The one that's about in your yard. The small project, not the big one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steve Hart, I see it down there now.
Yeah.
137.70.
About 2,200. Yeah.
21.50. Yeah, 21.37. So.
I guess I'd make a motion that we pay this, and in the future, if Steve does work for us, or whatever, we make him aware that if there's gonna be any type of change orders, it's approved before the work's done, so Andy has an idea of what, you know, the bill additional cost's gonna be. Luckily, I mean, it's a, you know,
It's a big
considerable
chunk.
amount of money, but, you know, it could have been a lot worse, you know, if it would have been a bigger project. And we may not even had the funds if he'd, you know, done work that we didn't have the funds in the offer for, so.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, any other new business this evening? Okay. I hear a motion, we sign the claims and adjourn the meeting? I'll make the motion.
Motion to sign claims and adjourn the meeting.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Building on.